Authorizing. Authorizing. Authorizing.
What is up, everybody? And thank you for tuning in. You are listening to episode 1 of Pinstripes Uncensored. I'm Chris. You might know me as CK, and you got my guy, the creator of this platform, Anthony. You may know him as King of the Pinstripes, pins on his hat, always in the bleachers. My guy, Anthony. How you doing, my guy?
Doing good. Nervous, but the time is now. Let's go.
Let's go. Now or never. And pitchers and catchers are at spring training, and now the positions players are there. Season on his way. If I remember, I think it's like 39 days or 40 days, somewhere around that time.
I'm just focused of what's going on.
Yep,
all I know is March 27.
Right.
So the show Pinstripes Uncensored, obviously it's for the Yankees. Uncensored, it could be anything. Like anything goes. If any curse words happens, you already know it's uncensored. Don't be surprised. We're going to have guests often on the show, breaking down series, rumors, anything around the league, anything in sports, if anything big happens, to life, to anything in life, anything goes, is uncensored, you name it. So let's just talk about.
Actually, first, I got the USA jersey. Shout out to the USA
Oh,
hockey team yesterday. 3-1 against Canada. And we got some local Rangers that showed out. We got Vincent Trocheck, JT Miller, Adam Fox did the thing.
Yeah, we can't forget about that. Shout out to the USA for making us proud, pretty much.
Yes, sir. We're going to introduce ourselves. So, Anthony, tell us who you are. Who's your favorite Yankee of all time? How long you been a Yankee fan? And I don't know, your favorite Yankee squad of all time.
That's good. So, I'm Anthony, King of Pinstripes. That's my nickname, pretty much. Nickname came about. I'm always in Yankee gear, always at Yankee Stadium since I was a kid. Even in school, I'm always wearing my Yankee stuff. Elementary school, while everyone was dressing up to take pictures on Pictures Day, I was the only one in Picture Day with my Yankee jersey on. That's facts. I have pictures to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yankees 24/7 for me, and that's how I grew up, thanks to my dad. And someone gave me like the nickname, but even though it wasn't like King of Pinstripes, they was like, oh, you wear Yankee gear every single day, you go to games, you this, and you're like the king of the Yankees, pretty much. Appreciate it. And then one day I was like, okay, you know what? I like the sound of that, even though it was like the king of the Yankees. It's just, I just came up, okay, Yankees is Pinstripes, King, and then I'm like, okay, King of Pinstripes. So that's how the nickname came about. And yeah, ever since, it's just like my lifestyle. It's like who I am.
And wow, Picture Day in Yankees gear. I wish my parents let me do that.
Yeah, Picture Day while everyone was like in a nice little blazer, little tie. Not me. It's Yankee gear 24/7. I don't care if I'm out in a fancy restaurant, Yankee jersey, Yankee jacket, Yankees everything. I don't care if I gotta go, I don't know, anywhere dressed up. It's just gonna be Yankee everything. And
your favorite Yankee of all time?
Favorite Yankee of all time is Donnie Baseball, Derek Jeter. My favorite two of all time. They meant a lot to me growing up. Just growing up during the best era, pretty much in the Yankee history. Derek Jeter came to play every day, who he is as a person and everything. I just wanted to be like Derek Jeter growing up. Just an amazing guy, role model. Just an amazing guy to look after. Like,
For sure,
growing
for
up
sure.
as like my idol. What about you?
Who's your favorite Yankee squad of all time?
Oh, favorite squad. That's a good one. I think it has to be '96 when everything first started.
Okay.
I say '96. '96 is special. It's always gonna be very special to me. So I say '96. Next one, I say '09. '09 was pretty
Yeah,
special. I know a lot of people on here is gonna be like, oh, what about the other years? And no. For me, Chris asked me my favorite, '96, '09. That's my favorite.
so my name is Chris. People on X or Twitter might know me as CK, but I'm from North Jersey. So I've been a Yankee fan maybe since 98, 99. And the 99 team is my favorite Yankee squad of all time. That's what got me into baseball. My favorite players were Derek Jeter and Andy Pettit. And I like Derek Jeter because he was a role model on and off the field, like no controversies, like did what he was told, did not get in trouble with the law. And we Frank, he dated all the beautiful women, and I wanted to be that.
Yeah,
And Andy Pettit, he's a guy.
I'm not
Go
even
ahead.
touching that one. I was about to say something. I'm not gonna touch that one.
And I like Andy Pettit because he's a redemption story. Got busted with the whole Brian McNamee situation, owned up to it, and was forgiven and pitched his hearts out. And I'm gonna piggyback off you. The 2009 team is also my favorite. Is also one of my favorites too. I mean, guys like CeCe Sabathia, and Nick Swisher and Mark Teixeira and AJ Burnett who joined the team and became like a fun team to watch.
A year before that, last pretty much year of the old Yankee Stadium, we didn't even make the playoffs.
I did not. I remember that. That was
Yeah.
Girardi's first year
So
too.
an amazing accomplishment. Like the very next year, you reloaded, getting CC, Teixeira, Burnett. Then you had guys like Jerry Hairston Jr. at the time. Oh, Nick Swisher. Just that was like a special group. A-Rod getting his first World Series ring.
First and only World Series.
Yeah. So
And
it
he
was just
showed out in that in the playoff series too.
who showed?
No, he showed out in the play. He
Oh
came
yeah.
through.
Yep. He silenced pretty much the doubters. I know many people love them, hates them, but you got to give him his
And
flowers.
favorite, and I
Yeah.
see why people do like A-Rod. And
Like he made his
absolutely,
mistakes, but like everyone in life, you're gonna go throughout life making mistakes, and one day you're just gonna change
big
who
fan.
you are and become a better person.
Hey, I'm gonna throw that back to you. Do you
But I'll tell
think
you what,
number 13 should be retired for A-Rod? In
how
my
you gonna
park.
do me? How you gonna do me like that, man?
It's
Uh,
uncensored. Anything goes.
yeah. I'm gonna say no comment. I'm gonna throw that back to you. Who?
I'm gonna say no because
Why not?
he didn't accomplish as much as the people whose numbers are retired.
I'm telling you, you're gonna get so much hate. CK
Burning
said that. CK, not me.
it.
CK said it. I said no comment. At least
I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat.
tiptoed around it.
Hey, A-Rod was a good Yankee, and I do appreciate his time. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Let me tell you, this is
Right.
this is gonna be so much fun, man. I could just tell. First show, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna
It's
be.
fun.
We're gonna piss
We
off a
got a
lot
lot
of
more to go
people.
too.
Hope there's a lot more love, but we're gonna piss off a lot of people. That's all I know. I know many of us wanted Juan Soto. Some of
Me,
us, like myself. Wait, you wanted Juan Soto?
I wanted him back. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you want
Right.
Juan Soto back?
I'm probably the only Yankee fan that said no, that I didn't want him back.
You're not the only one, but
I'd rather, well, front and center of not wanting him back. Because I feel like just spreading out the money for our needs is what I wanted the most. Not just having one guy. I wanted us to spread the money in other areas. Did we do what I wanted, or maybe others? I guess somewhat, probably. I give them maybe a B, but we
okay.
missed out on how I say Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker was like one that I wanted so bad. I know Yankees and Astros situation didn't allow that to happen, but hopefully we could get him after this season. But let's see what happens. So
Yeah,
life after Juan Soto, how do you think is gonna play?
I do think they did maybe like I was going to say the best they can, but maybe not so much. I'm gonna give them maybe like I say, I'm gonna piggyback off you. I'm gonna give them a B or B minus. They did get Cody Bellinger, Max Fried, and made the trade for Devin Williams. Like big time acquisitions. Who all three could, and even Goldie too. Paul Goldschmidt. Don't forget about him. They could all provide some kind of contribute to the team one way or another. I like how Goldie or Goldschmidt has a friendship with Judge already because he lost Rizzo, who was essentially like Judge's BFFF, and now you got one of Judge's guys to keep him happy.
After, so now this is the whole life after Juan Soto. Number one, I have Jazz leading off. Leading off at second base, I have Jazz. What do you think about that one?
I think most people have that. He does have the speed.
I have him leading off because I feel like he's going to be a different player this year, and his speed, his energy, I love it at the top. I have Aaron Judge at second. I have Goldschmidt at third.
Ooh.
You don't like that third one?
Add something new, but go on. I'd go on.
I have fourth, Cody Bellinger. Fifth, Stanton. I have Volpe at six, Wells at seven, Jason at 8, and 9. Get ready, because that leads to third base. I have Peraza batting
Oh.
ninth. Oh,
Okay.
like that.
Pinstripes Uncensored right there.
I like that. A lot of people.
That lineup is straight up.
Kirk Cousin. You like that? Peraza and ninth. Playing third
Ooh.
base.
All right.
Who you got?
All
What's
right.
your lineup? Give me your lineup.
So batting leadoff, I have Cody Bellinger.
Okay.
Batting 2, I have Aaron Judge returning to his normal spot. 3, I have Jazz.
Okay.
Cleanup, I have Giancarlo. Number 5, I have the Martian Jason Dominguez. 6, I got Goldschmidt. 7, I have Austin Wells. 8th, I have Volpe. And my choice for third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Okay. Not bad. But I like Peraza at third.
I like Cabrera better.
I like Peraza at third. I know. Now let's just talk about the third base situation because that's one that has me very confused. I was telling Julian the other day, I don't know, I'm very worried when it comes to the third base situation because when Cashman said about DJ LeMahieu, I really believe Cashman really wants DJ LeMahieu.
I think
And
that
that's the thing
too,
that
because you
scares
know
me.
they do favor the veterans.
It scares me a lot because I know sometimes Cashman, you know, it's hard to get the truth out of him, but he said DJ LeMayu, and that's what scares me the most.
Well, I could see that because they do favor the veterans. So if they go with DJ as a starting third baseman, if God willing, if they don't get a third baseman from now to opening day, I could do see that DJ LeMayu being the starting third baseman come March 27th.
So mine, like I was telling Julian, by the way, shout out to Julian. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Julian.
I really want Ramirez from the Cleveland Guardians because I'm not gonna say the other one because I still call them, you know what?
Yeah.
But like I said, this is low budget. I'm not trying to get sued. You know, you're already gonna anger a lot of people what you said before, but I'll be the. So the Cleveland Guardians, I want us to try to trade for Ramirez because I feel like Cleveland, they're very confusing. They're buyers, they're sellers, all at the same time. I think one day they're gonna let him go, and you might as well just pick up the. What will it take?
All right. Well,
That's
my
the
dream.
answer.
All right. Well, my dream third baseman was going to be Brandon Donovan, but I don't think St. Louis is going to give him up. But there's some hope that they did not agree on the arbitration. That's how you say it. I think yeah.
Arbitration,
So I don't know. He might be a trade deadline target. Alec
But
Bohm.
anything can happen.
What happened? Anything could happen. You're right. Alec Bohm.
You seen the Lakers? What happened?
We did. That was crazy.
Lakers, Mavs picked up the Mavs. Called the Lakers. Lakers picked up. You want Luca? They said, "Of course, you guys are nuts. We will love them." See, anything can happen. So,
all right, there's Brandon Donovan, third base.
so it has to suck going into a season which you really want to win a World Series with a lot of question marks. That's why I was one when we got Bellinger, when we got Goldschmidt, and the trades we did for Williams and the other like signings. Like I was happy, but now when you sit back and you see the lineup, I'm like, okay, I'm just like I'm excited. Obviously, I'm super pumped, but going into this season, I feel there's like a lot of question marks, a lot.
We did pretty well, like after Juan Soto. Just the clearing need is like we said all episode is third base, and once we have that solved, we could be excited for the season.
I feel like
even if we don't like get done by March 27th, there's always the trade deadline, and I'm not gonna lie, Cashman's done well last the trade deadline, so it gives me hope.
I feel like he does a lot better at the trade deadline than what he does in the off season. So with all the question marks that I said with our lineup, position players, you know what I'm excited for? Take a guess.
Aaron Judge, 62.
Well, yeah, Aaron Judge, of course, but we have a scary bullpen.
Yes, sir.
That's a scary.
And we haven't talked about Fernando Cruz yet.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna pull this up on my phone. Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, Ian Hamilton, Tim Hill, Fernando Cruz, Jay Cousins, Mark Leiter Jr., Beater, Scott Efros. That we haven't seen him in a while. But the one that I'm really, really excited about, I think he's going to have a bounce back season. Loizaga.
If stayed healthy.
Yeah. Loizaga could really pitch. He could hold his own with Williams and your boy Luke Weaver.
Oof.
Shout out to Luke Weaver. Let's go. He could be the X factor. So Judge was excited when we signed him back, or was it because, the whole Juan Soto situation? He posted that he was excited for Loizaga.
They've been teammates for a long time, so I'm pretty sure he's
Well,
happy.
I think on the low, Judge has his his petty moments on the low.
I mean, like anybody else, we all do.
Not me.
You
Such a
sure
great
about
guy.
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
family, I'm a family man, okay? I'm always asking everybody how's their family doing.
Yeah.
So, so, but I'm really excited for the to see the bullpen, and I'm just excited for that. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
Like
the bullpen's
we
my
have
favorite part of the team.
lights out, lights out.
Yep.
Starters as well.
Yes.
Also, like the whole Marcus Stroman situation, him pitching six, that's something that they have to get pretty much fixed before the season starts.
Yes, of course. But shout out to him for reporting to spring
No,
training.
yeah, like I don't want people to think like let's say when I had my little conversation with Julian, I'm a big Marcus Stroman fan. I love him a lot. Probably
Well,
more
now
than
we are
anyone.
too.
Probably more than anyone. I have his shirt. I love watching him pitch when he was in Toronto. Was mad when he went to the Mets. He's a great guy, super confident, always hungry to get better. But the situation here, it's not going to get better. I got to keep repeating this because I feel when we have opinions, people is going to think we're attacking the player. But again, great guy, great father, and I just feel it's just a bad situation for him. For both situations, like Yankees and him.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm just waiting to play it out. I'm not gonna make my opinion yet. If he's still a if Stroman's still a Yankee come March 27th, I'm gonna be okay with it. If they trade him, I'm be okay with it as well. I'm also excited for the eighth and ninth inning of my guy Luke Weaver and Devin Williams, who I met at Pinstripe Pride. He seems happy to be
Luke
here.
Weaver,
I do think I do.
Luke Weaver, he's a stud. Like
He just
everything about him, that's your guy. But I
that's
think
my guy.
that's gonna be my main. Like he is so weird. It's so strange, and I love everything about him.
It's not. It's just like he's very witty.
It's fun. It's fun. Like that dude. I wrote to him as well. I don't know if he saw it, but I hope he did. I told him to never change, please.
We're all in Weave's world and we're living in it. No, he's a character, funny guy. And put the ball in his hands, you're gonna get it done. But I'm excited for the eighth and ninth inning of him and Devin Williams. I don't think you can find a better setup and closer duo in the MLB right now. I mean, I can't think of anything.
We have a special guest joining just to tell us anything about spring training to any news going on in Yankees land. Julian,
Hey,
Yo, what
let's
up?
go.
all right, Chris.
Salute.
I get the debut with Chris now. You know, I went with Anthony the other day.
Yeah.
So, guys, how's everything going? We're getting some rough injury news already. You know, the physicals come in and you hear all this stuff. So,
So
how are you
tell us
guys doing?
what's happening. Everything's great.
Giancarlo has two rough elbows. I don't know like the extent of it. Obviously, they said he was battling it through the playoffs, but we couldn't tell obviously because he was hitting really well. And like they said, they're not guaranteeing. I'll battle through it in October, and we couldn't tell obviously because he was playing lights out. He's always dealing with something. And last year, he definitely did play hurt for sure. Like he did battle through a lot of stuff. So I don't know. It sucks they couldn't like fix it during the off season. It's been like 4 months around since we last played. we'll see how he progresses. Like you said, he's going to slow play like they always do with him. Hopefully he's ready to go in the end of March. I guess if he misses spring training, like whatever, but I'd like to see him in there sooner rather than later.
So where do we go from here when it comes to like DH, you think?
Probably Ben Rice, I guess. The Yankees' depth is really bad. Like, it's a problem. First of all, they don't even have like a fully complete lineup. So, like, you look at that, the hole at third base, like, then you have to try to plug in Stan, like they're very top heavy again, like almost what we saw 2 years ago. But it's not great. They need to build better depth. I don't know what they're going to do if they're not going to spend any more money until they deal Stroman, which is ridiculous. And I'm sick of them using that excuse because they should have planned for this better instead of just using his contract as an excuse. I think it's unfair because they're trying to make him the scapegoat when it's their shitty planning and like their bad money management. It's not his fault. Like you said, they gave him the contract, so they had to know what was going to come with that.
And Julian, I got a question for you. Who's going to be a surprise person who makes the team?
I told Aunt JC Escara, I think. It might not even be that much of a surprise anymore. I think he's going to end up being a backup catcher, especially if we have to deal with this situation that's going to propel Rice more into like a DH role potentially. So I'll give you Escara. They're talking about Yerry De Los Santos out of the bullpen maybe. I like JT Brubaker too. I did mention that before. So I think those are a few guys that could maybe surprise and make the team.
Think of Ben Rice. Is Ben Rice going to be a first base or a catcher?
I think he should personally stick with first base, but maybe they'll mix in a few catching games with him.
But again, that catcher gear, and I find that kind of weird.
Yeah,
do you think he bulked up? Because he thinks he's going to be like pretty much a backup catcher.
I think it's definitely possible because like they definitely left that spot very open. Like that, as much as I like JC, like he doesn't have a firm grasp on it yet. And he's also a guy that could play other positions too. So they'll have some flexibility with him also. So maybe they'll rotate both of them. I don't know. Alex Jackson is a good defender, but he can't hit a lick. So how often are they going to let him actually swing the bat? Like it's going to be tough to play him if they don't fix third base too, because then that's like 2 automatic outs almost. Except Waldo's not automatic out, so I'll withstand that. But like if DJ's playing, that's like almost an automatic out at this rate of how he's looked. But he needs to do better if he's going to be here. Hopefully he can stay healthy and actually be somewhat of like what he used to be. Do I have much hope? No, but like when they're going to run it with him, you have to hope for the best, I guess.
Hey, Chris,
okay.
Do you have any other question?
Yeah, so we got fan favorite Andrew Velazquez back on the team and Dominic Smith, who has major league experience. Like, what roles do you think they'll play on the upcoming season?
I tell you what, you look at the revolving door at third base. I wouldn't be shocked if the Squid gets a few games. Maybe the Squid game returns for a little while. I mean, he's going to compete to try to make the team. It's probably more likely he ends up in AAA. But like, if all this stuff keeps happening, let's say Peraza goes because he doesn't have any options left, then all of a sudden he's closer in that regard too. I think he has a better chance than Dom Smith because you have Paul Goldschmidt, you have Ben Rice. And to the dismay of many, DJ LeMay, who could also play first base. But Smith has some good pop from the left side. Maybe he could help fill the DH void if it's really needed too, if they want to do something else with Ben Rice. Like, I think with Smith, like, he was intriguing to me. I didn't mind that move either. I know he's had some down years. I thought he definitely was more highly touted back in the day. It's kind of like his last life almost too, because he's kind of been through the ringer a little bit now. And the Squid's on his last legs too. So, like, they're both trying to stay in the league. And like I said, I think Velasquez has a better chance of actually going to the show at some point again this year between them.
Where do you see, with all like the injuries happening, where do you see us from opening day until the All-Star break? 500 below, a little over 500, or how do you see half of the season playing out?
Okay. I think they'll be a little bit above 500, I think. I don't think they're going to be world beaters probably because they're going to have to figure out the offense. But, like, I can see them being in the mix for, like, second place, like, maybe in the wild card or something. And then, like, maybe they catch fire late with deadline additions and something like that. I mean, there is a chance they could get out to first, too, because this pitching staff is so well. Like, the Yankees won't have to score a lot of runs in certain games. So the Yankees might be better than we think just because of that. But like I said, the offensive depth is a huge concern. Even before this injury, like, it was not good, and this is not helping anything. So like they're gonna have to pitch their asses off, and I think they will for the most part. So I mean, probably like in that first or second mix, maybe like floating in a wild card, like 10 to 15 games over if all goes well, and then hopefully
Gotcha.
they could take off after that.
Well, Julian, I appreciate you so much
Yep, thank you.
for jumping on real quick. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate you so much joining, and I hope you join again. All right.
All right, guys,
Let's-
thanks.
I appreciate.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for rocking with us, Pinstripes Uncensored. I'm Chris CK. That's my guy, Anthony, King of the Pinstripes, and we truly appreciate you tuning in for episode 1. More to come, and we're going to get better at our craft, so stay tuned.
We
Help us
also had
grow.
technical difficulties, which most of you are gonna see, and I appreciate everything. Chris, I'm so happy you jumped on board to be my co-host. You're the
Yes,
best.
sir.
I'll tell you that every day. I can't wait to see where this show is gonna take us. And like Chris said, we're gonna get better each and every day. We're gonna have special guests. We're gonna have fun.
We're signing off and hope to see you in the next episode.
Go Yanks! Let's
Go
go.
Yanks. Sector 28.
Yes.
All right. And